In just 5 days since the last update, a huge section of the Gateshead A167 Flyover has disappeared. The Park Lane roundabout phase is now in full swing, demolition work is continuing around the clock, and the amount of progress made since our last visit is quite astounding. So let's take a closer look on day 108 of the Gateshead Flyover A167 demolition. Welcome back to another video from 55 degrees north, and as we begin flying over the area where most of the work is currently concentrated, the scale of the change is immediately obvious. Considering it has only been 5 days, the amount of flyover that has been demolished is quite remarkable. With work continuing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the demolition teams appear to have gained a significant advantage. Large sections that were still standing during our previous visit have now been reduced to broken concrete, twisted steel and piles of material waiting to be sorted and removed. Very little remains of either the on-ramp or the off-ramp. Only 2 large sections at the bottom of the ramps are still waiting to be cleared, but even these areas are surrounded by machinery and appear to be well within the active demolition zone. The Park Lane phase is certainly moving forward quickly. Looking down from above, you can see 2 large trench-like sections on either side of the site. These are currently filled with broken material, but they are actually the entrances to the pedestrian subway that runs underneath the road. At the moment, it is unclear what will happen to these subways once the demolition and the road reconstruction work has been completed. Will they eventually reopen to pedestrians, or could they be permanently replaced with a new surface level crossings controlled by traffic lights? Moving towards the end of the remaining structure, you can see large amounts of tangled steel reinforcement hanging from the flyover. This steel, once completely surrounded by concrete, helping give the structure its strength. Now, after the demolition machinery has broken away the concrete, the reinforcement has been left exposed and twisted. Further round the site, there is an enormous pile of the steel reinforcement that has already been separated from the demolished concrete. This steel is waiting to be loaded into skips before being taken away for recycling. It gives you an idea of just how much material was hidden inside the flyover and how much work is involved in separating everything before it can be removed from the site. A little further down, we can see one of the most impressive machines currently operating on the site. An excavator fitted with a giant claw is carefully picking through the demolition material, sorting the steel from the broken concrete. This process is important because the different materials cannot simply be loaded together and taken away. They must be first separated, organised and placed into the correct vehicles or containers before leaving the site. Just beyond the claw excavator, another machine is digging out the material that once helped support the roadway above the off-ramp. Once the support material has been removed, the outer retaining walls can also be demolished. This is a major step towards completely clearing the old ramp and preparing the area for the future road layout. Across the other side on what was previously the on-ramp, another excavator is carrying out a very similar operation. It is removing the old roadway material and loading it directly into trucks to be taken away. Several more trucks can be seen lined up nearby, waiting for their turn to be loaded. This continuous movement of excavators and vehicles shows just how organised the demolition operation needs to be. Material is being broken up, separated, loaded and removed almost consistently. With crews working around the clock, this helps explain how much progress has been achieved in such a short period. Overall, work on the Park Lane roundabout phase appears to be moving along very nicely. However, the next phase of the demolition is going to be a far more challenging area. Moving further back along the remaining structure, we reach what would become the most difficult and sensitive phase of the entire demolition project. Look towards the brown brick tower standing on the right of the flyover. This structure is connected with the ventilation systems for the metro tunnels below. This means the remaining flyover is extremely close to the important underground infrastructure. When demolition reaches this section, great care will need to be taken to make sure the metro tunnels are not damaged or disturbed in any way. Any damage could potentially cause major problems. There would be the cost of carrying out repairs, the time required to complete them, and the possibility of significant disruption to metro services. Because of this risk, monitoring equipment and sensors have reportedly been placed inside the tunnels. These sensors will be used to detect and track any movement while demolition work takes place above and around them. This phase will likely require a much more controlled and carefully managed approach than some of the demolition we have seen so far. Rather than simply focusing on speed, the priority will be protecting the tunnels and ensuring the metro can continue operating safely. It will certainly be one of the most interesting stages of the project to follow. Considering the amount of progress made in only 5 days, the Park Lane roundabout could look very different again by the time of our next visit. But as work moves closer to the tunnels, progress may need to become slower and much more controlled. We will continue following the project closely and documenting each major stage as it happens. For anyone who would like to see how the demolition has progressed from the very beginning, I've created a dedicated Gateshead Flyover playlist. The playlist allows you to follow the project step by step and compare how the site has changed throughout the demolition. I will leave a link in the description below. So what do you think about the amount of progress made in just 5 days? Do you think the old pedestrian subways will eventually reopen, or will they be replaced with a new traffic light control crossing at road level? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this update, please give the video a massive thumbs up, as it really helps the channel grow. And if you have not already done so, please consider subscribing to 55 Degrees North and turning on notifications so you don't miss the next Gateshead Flyover demolition update. A massive thank you for watching, and I will see you next time, right here on 55 Degrees North.